Hello everybody, it's me again, and I'm going to attempt now to do clip 3 about how to use your imagination to create your world. So how to make your dreams come true by using your imagination. So how do we even start with that? Well, first of all, we are using our imagination all the time anyway. We're always thinking of things that we actually don't want to appear in our world. Like when we replay arguments that we've had with somebody in our head and go over it over and over again. And then we find that we're having more arguments with people. So what we're doing there is we are creating through using the imagination, but we're doing it unconsciously. So the idea is to use it consciously, so that we can become creators of our own world. And I'd like to say a quote by Neville Goddard, which is, "Truth depends upon the intensity of the imagination, not upon facts." I think that's a really important quote to think about there, because the key word for me is intensity. So the intensity of the imagination, we've got to really bring it up a few notches and really intensify those feelings that we have what we want, that we are the person that we want to be, and really bring all the senses into the imagination. So when you're visualizing your scene, that you're the person that you want to be and you have what you want in your life, you've got to use all the senses to imagine that actually happening. And I just wanted to say that at the beginning of the clip, because I think maybe a lot of people just watch the beginning, so at least you've got that now. So take it away and good luck. And now I'm going to run through 8 points of how to use your imagination to create your reality. Hope you like it. Number 1, turn within. The practical. It is not necessary to close your eyes, but it helps by shutting out the senses and removing attention away from the physical reality of the material world. You can do this anywhere you are able to relax and turn inwards, but it is always good to do this in a relaxed state, especially before falling asleep. The theory. The unconsciousness of sleep is the normal state of the subconscious. Your conception of yourself determines the future state. Therefore, always feel the wish fulfilled before you drop off to sleep. Now I shall turn within. Number 2, feel I am. The practical. Remove attention away from any current problems and limitations by resting in the feeling of simply being. Focus on the words I am, spoken quietly to yourself or within, until you feel you are resting in the present moment. Relax into that state of peace. If your mind struggles against this and keeps moving between different thoughts, patiently guide it back to present moment awareness, as you would patiently guide a young child. You must learn to separate your identity from being the mind to being the master of the mind. The theory. In this expanded state of consciousness, you will have a sense of the power that lies within you. This is what you must attach your dream to in order to make it appear and live in your world. All things are possible through this power, which is free of all limitations. It is what you need to fully occupy when imagining and feeling yourself to be one with the desired state. Rest in the power and create from within. Number 2, feel I am. Remove attention away from any current problems and limitations by resting in the feeling of simply being. Focus on the words I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. Yes. Number 3, define your desire. Practical. Name your aim. Clearly define your desire and then tell yourself with conviction that you are what you want to be, using the words I am. You must know exactly what you want and develop an unshakable belief in your dream and your ability to succeed. Now you have taken your attention away from any problems or distractions. Completely place your mind on the desired state. Theory. Mark chapter 10, verse 51. What do you want me to do for you? Jesus asked him. The blind man said, Rabbi, I want to see. What do you want of me? Is the literal and sometimes implied question asked most often by Jesus in the Bible. Why? Because the first step in building faith is to acknowledge and declare your desire. And when you declare it to yourself, you declare it to the power within you. What you want in life is often easier to answer than who do you want to be. But the concept you hold of yourself is instrumental in whether you achieve your dream or you do not. To be successful, you have to see yourself as a success. So when you know what you want, imagine how you would feel if you obtained it. What kind of person would you become? What kind of person do you want to be? See yourself through these eyes. Number 3, define your desire. Name your aim. I am rich. 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 Number 4. Move from thinking of to thinking from. The practical. When you know what you want, you are thinking of it. That is not enough. You must now begin to think from it. The spanning of the bridge between desire, thinking of, and satisfaction, thinking from, is all important. You need to move mentally from thinking of the end result to thinking from the end result. For example, move from I want a successful business to I am a successful businessman or businesswoman. Feel what that would be like and imagine seeing your world from the new concept. The theory. Reason is restricted to the evidence of the senses, but imagination is not. Desire exists to be gratified in the activity of imagination, where there is freedom from all limitation. You enter into the imaginary world and make it real. You are moving from desire to living in the desire, living in the feeling that you already have it. When you can think from the end result, you are able to free yourself from any limitation and move into ever greater and more expansive states. It does not matter what you have been or what you are. All that matters is, what do you want? The world is a manifestation of the mental activity that goes on within, and by feeling and thinking from your desire, you are manifesting it through the substance of faith. Put your trust in the feeling of the wish fulfilled and commit yourself to that state. You can experience what you please once you have faith that all the power you need is within you and that you are what you are as a result of the state of consciousness from which you think and view the world. Number 4, move from thinking of to thinking from. I am a successful businesswoman. Yes, I am. Oh, the phone. Who's that? Who is that? Hello? I want to borrow £1 million because I am a successful businesswoman. Mum, you're always ruining it. Don't you understand? This is how I'm going to earn money. I told you, everything comes from within. Yes, that's how things are formed. You just don't understand the spiritual side of life. No, I'm not going to get a job yet. I need to keep manifesting. I'll speak to you another time, Mum. Bye. I am a successful businesswoman. Yes, I am. Number 5. Visualize. Practical. Mentally construct a scene which implies that your desire is realized, and in a relaxed state, or as you are falling asleep, consciously imagine yourself into the scene. Make as vivid a representation as possible of what you would see and what you would touch and what you would do if you were physically present and physically moving in such a state. Begin by asking yourself, what would I do? What would I say? What would I see? How would I act? Then, in your imagination, you will begin to use your senses as though you were actually participating in the scene in reality, rather than as an onlooker. You are the eyes seeing everything unfold around you, as in life. Make it short, make it vivid, colourful and full of joy. Use all the senses. See people you know as being really happy for you, then end on a freeze frame and come back to the senses with the joy and fulfillment that you have achieved your desire. Revisit the scene regularly until it feels you have actually experienced it in life. Mentally feel yourself right into the proposed action until the single sensation of fulfillment dominates the mind. Theory: the inner and the outer. There are two distinct centres of thought or outlooks on the world, which the Bible speaks of as the natural and the spiritual. In 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14, it states, "But the natural man receives not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness to him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned." Our inner body is as real as our outer body, but the inner expresses a more fundamental part of reality. This existing inner body needs to be consciously exercised and directed. The inner world of thought and feeling to which the inner body responds has a real structure and exists in its own higher space. There are two kinds of movement, one belonging to the inner body and the other to the outer body. The movement of the inner body is causal, but the outer movement is under compulsion. The inner movement determines the outer, which is joined to it, and causes outer actions to develop from these inner actions. Inner movement is the force by which all events are brought to pass. Outer movement is subject to this inner force. Ask yourself, how would I see the world if my desire were realized? Your imagination puts you in touch inwardly with the desired state, which, if vividly created, will eventually appear in objective reality. When you fall asleep in that state, it is done. Thank you. I'm so happy to win the Oscar for Best Actress. Thank you so much. Thank you for always supporting me. I remember when I couldn't act, and now I can. Thank you so much. Thank you. Number 6. Give thanks. Practical. When you merge yourself in the feeling of achieving your dream, you should feel a sense of fulfillment and gratitude to the power within you for bringing this into your life. Thank God with joy that He has given you your heart's desire. This can be with words or silently from within. Theory. When you feel the joy of thanksgiving and gratitude for having received what is not yet visible in the world, you have definitely become one in consciousness with the desired state. As the Bible states, God, your awareness, is not mocked. You always receive what you are aware of being, and no one gives thanks for something they have not received. Saying thank you or even "Thank you, Father," is not a sort of magical formula. You must rise in consciousness to the point where you feel genuinely grateful and happy for having received the thing desired, and you automatically rejoice and give thanks inwardly. You have accepted the gift, and your continued faith in its unseen existence will see it manifest in the world. Psalm 100 states, "Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name." It is written in Galatians chapter 6 verse 7, "Be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatever a man sows, that shall he also reap." Thank you, 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 thank you. 7. Feed the mind. Practical. Speak as though you are already that which you want to be, using "I am." I am successful. I am happy. I am healthy. Feed the mind with the new concept of self until you have the sense that you are already that person who now exists somewhere in the future. Theory. Feed the mind with assertions presumed to be true, because assumptions, though false, if persisted in until they have the feeling of reality, will eventually harden into fact. See the world from the view that you have achieved your dream, and carry on inner conversations from this premise, and the subconscious will eventually express this in waking reality. Feed the mind. Mustn't be that one. Feed the mind with assertions. I am successful. I am happy. I am professional. I am productive. I am proactive. I am I am professional. I am productive. I am proactive. I am Protestant. I am Catholic. I am Pentecostal. Number 8. Live in the end. The practical. When you imagine your dream, a particular feeling arises. During the day, carry that feeling around with you as though it were a fragrance you are wearing, and believe that your imaginal act is a fact. You must assume the nature of the thing desired if you would make it appear and live in your world. Do this by feeling the qualities you would possess if it were true. The formless being within you will begin to take upon itself the forms of the things felt. If you rest in the stillness of the conviction that you are what you desire to be, these qualities will at some point in the future become living realities. We should not look back in consciousness to our problems, but continue in faith, believing ourselves to be successful in accomplishing our goals. This is true freedom. The theory. God is your own wonderful human imagination. The Bible speaks of God symbolically as the potter, which means the imagination in Hebrew. Neville Goddard said, "Truth depends upon the intensity of the imagination, not upon facts." We cannot get hold of truth with the logical mind. The imaginative person does not deny the reality of the sensuous outer world of becoming, but knows that it is the inner world of continuous imagination that is the force by which the outer world is brought to pass. The outer world and all its happenings are projections of the inner world of imagination. We must firmly come to believe that reality lies within us and not without. A series of events will mould themselves, across which you will walk, leading up to the fulfillment of the state you wish for. The conscious state in which you abide determines the kind of world in which you live, and your present concept of yourself is currently objectified as your environment. Knowing this, begin to revalue yourself and see yourself as a centre of power. Now awake to the power that you are, a faceless, formless awareness, and free yourself from your self-imposed prison. So the last one is live in the end. So assume the nature of the thing desired. Like it a lot. I'm going to assume. Okay. Hi, how's it going? Hi. I'd just like to order a Ralph Lauren dress, please. Yeah, I live in New York City. Right now. What's my address? It's New York City. What's my name? My name is Judy Garland. Sorry? Hello? So I hope you liked that. It's my own brand of humour, as you might have realised. And I'm going to call it deliberate unfunniness, just in case people don't realise that's what it is. But that's definitely what it is. So I hope you like that. Yeah, I did do it on purpose. And I just wanted to show you a positive result from imagining that I had in the last few days. And I received this check from the tax and HM Customs. And I was imagining for, can you see that? There it is, okay. I was imagining for around £2,000 because I just needed the money for something. And I thought that's a good round amount, so I'll imagine for that. And it came through and I didn't have to wait that long. So I think it's just that relaxed imagining, that's all. It looks, everything that comes through, that you receive through imagining, always looks like it's got a natural cause. Yes, it's my money, it's not free money. I was owed it by the tax office. So, coincidence, isn't it? Don't know. I don't think so. It's got to appear from somewhere, and it always looks like it's got a natural cause. But how do we know that it's not our imagination that starts the whole process off? So I just say, try it and see. It's free, so nothing to lose. And who knows, you might have some success. So now that I've imagined for a few thousand, I'm going to up it a bit, but I'm not going to tell you the amount. So I'll just let you know if it happens. Because Neville Goddard did say about not telling people sometimes. Just in case they put you off, and that affects your faith. So that's something to bear in mind. Just tell people if you think they're going to be supportive of you. So I hope you really liked it, and good luck, and I'm going to do some more clips soon. So thanks very much for watching. As always, please like and subscribe if you actually like or subscribe. Bye. Number 4, move from thinking of to thinking from. I want a successful business to I am a successful businesswoman. Oh, just call my mum. Oh, I've just ruined it. Hello? I want to borrow £1 million because I am a successful businesswoman.